All right, good evening, everybody. This is the regular board meeting of the San Benito Consolidated Independent School District Board of Trustees. It is January 22nd, 2019, and I call this meeting to order at exactly 6:30 p.m. Mr. Mendez? Ms. Garcia? Mrs. Weaver?
Present.
Mr. Lopez?
Present.
Mrs. Silva? Doctor. Mr. Rosas?
Present.
Dr. Carmen?
Present.
And Mr. Torres? All right, we'll move on to the next agenda item. That's the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flags. I will turn it over to Ms. Garcia.
Thank you. Doing the pledge for us this morning are two students, and the invocation are two students from the high school. First, we have Maverick Raven Reza. Maverick is the son of Elizabeth Ann Reza. He is currently a top-ranking senior for the class of 2019. Reza has earned the prestigious Superintendent High Five honor for remaining at the top 5% of his class since his freshman year. He is currently a member of the Mu Alpha Theta National Mathematics Honor Society, the Rho Napa National Social Studies Honor Society, the Astronomy Club, UIL Academics, and the nationally recognized chess team with a ranking of 1815. Reza's commitment to the chess team started in elementary, earning him several awards and recognitions, both individually and as a team at the regional and national level. Last year, Reza placed first at the Region 9 meet, 6th at the North Central Texas State meet, and 8th at the National High School Under 1900 Championship meet. The skills that he developed throughout the year of playing chess, such as patience, teamwork, strategic thinking, and problem-solving skills, have helped both personally and academically. Of the courses that Reza has taken, his favorite tend to be those in math and science. Okay. Next, we have Daniela Rojas. Daniela is the daughter of Mr. Geraldo Rojas and Mrs. Monica Rojas. She is 17 years old and a senior. Her favorite subject is math and comp. Some of her extracurricular activities include sports medicine, being parliamentarian for the Mu Alpha Theta, being a member of the Rho Napa, PR coordinator for the Spanish Honor Society, and the founder of Hounds in Christ. Outside of school, she is enrolled in the Monarch Dance Studio, where she dances Point Ballet. Some of her accomplishments include being a High Five honoree and being in the top 10 of her class currently. Okay. So can we please stand? Test it. It's on.
May everyone put their right hand over their heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Let us bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing everyone to get here safely. We also thank you for the board, the administration, and the community for being present. As the meeting goes on, we ask that you allow everything to run smoothly and that the best decisions are made. We ask that as we go home, we have a safe trip. Thank you, and in your name we pray, amen.
The principal at the high school is Ms. Isabel Solis. Please stand. If the parents are in the audience, can they please stand? Her parents, the parents, yes, thank you. Thank you.
Can we actually have Maverick and Daniela come up so they can receive their certificates?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Our next agenda item is a special recognition. I'll turn it over to Ms. Isabel Gonzalez.
Good evening, Dr. Carmen, trustees. Tonight we have a very special check presentation, and I'd like to invite Mr. Gilbert Weaver to come to the podium.
Good evening, school board members, Mr. President, Dr. Carmen. A couple of months ago, before the school bond election, a group of members of the community organized and discussed issues for the upcoming bond election. Investing in our children's education aspect was created, and myself, Gilbert Weaver, was appointed treasurer. This presentation of a check of the money that was left over from that account. So what better way to give it back to the community as in the form of a scholarship? I'd like to invite the board members to come over and receive this check. I'd like to announce that there was a member also from the committee. Her name is Lulu Robinson. I would like to invite her over to present also. She's part of the community. So I'm thanking her for being here. And also we have Robert Pedraza is also back there. There was a member also of the organization that was created. This money is going to go back to the community as a scholarship. Y'all want to take a picture?
Just really quick before we move on to the next special recognitions, I just want to thank the bond committee members who participated in ensuring that the decisions that were being made were from the community. As I mentioned when we first started the bond process, that we wanted to make sure that we invited and we accepted the input from our community members, because after all, this is not a dictatorship. We wanted to make sure that we were not making the decision solely from the school board, but we wanted input from the community. And so because the bond committee was so successful under the leadership of Mr. Weaver, thank you, the bond passed. And so in the next couple of months, in the next couple of years, we're going to start seeing these structures being built, which will benefit all of these students to your left, whether it's the Fine Arts Center, whether it's the natatorium, or whether it's the indoor multi-purpose athletics facility. I think we're going to put San Benito further on the map as far as where we are in terms of the gold standard of education. And then finally, I want to thank, of course, the board and Dr. Carmen for all the effort that was put into making sure that we realized this. But the hard work is next. It's actually the construction of these items and making sure that we move forward in a very positive progress. But again, it couldn't be done without the bond committee. And so we thank you for your efforts and for making sure that your input was valid. So we'll move on to the second part of the special recognitions. I think we're looking to Mr. Rosa.
Well, I think we're going to start here with a proclamation from the Office of the Governor for the state of Texas. In Texas, we place immense value in our youth. We protect them, guide them, and are always working toward a better tomorrow to secure our young people's bright and precious futures. We also understand the tremendous value of education in young people's lives and strive to ensure our state provides our youth with the opportunity to receive a rigorous and well-rounded education that will function as the foundation upon which their dreams will be built into reality. School boards play a vital role in our efforts to improve education in the Lone Star State as they work with parents, education professionals, and community members to create successful learning environments. While each day brings new challenges for Texas public schools and the students they serve, school board members, along with other dedicated school officials, have tackled these challenges as opportunities to discuss important issues, develop innovative solutions, and empower educators. At this time, I encourage all Texans to join in celebrating the work and success of our many school board members across Texas who play an important role in the education of Texas youth. The children we nurture today will become the leaders of our state and nation in the future. Therefore, I, Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas, do hereby proclaim January 2019 to be School Board Recognition Month.
Good evening, Dr. Carmen, Mr. President, and members of the board. As part of the School Board Recognition Month, at this time, we'd like to recognize you individually. So the first trustee we're going to be recognizing is Ms. Sonia Weaver. Please step up to the front, please. Representing San Benito Riverside Middle School, Alessandra Castillo and Christopher Ramirez. And from Ed Downs Elementary, Lily Aguilera and Rebecca Herrera. All right. All right, thank you, Ms. Sonia Weaver. Up next, we recognize Janie G. Silva. Representing San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy, Manuel Villanueva and Areli Agado. Representing Miller Jordan Middle School, Hannah Eve Cortez, Divine Angel Alaniz. All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Ms. Silva. Up next, we recognize Victor Eloy Rosas. Representing Sullivan Elementary, Nathaniel Flores and Logan Claiborne. Representing Angela G. Leal Elementary, Julianne Rada and Catalina Morales. Awesome. I think she wants a picture by herself. All right, up next, we recognize trustee Orlando Lopez. Representing La Paloma Elementary, Eris Aguilar, Magnolia Cavazos. Representing San Benito High School, Daniela Rojas and Maverick Raven Reza. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Up next, we honor our board secretary, M.L. Garcia. Representing La Encantada Elementary, Evelyn Emily Leos and Mario Landon. Representing Fred Booth Elementary, Nicholas Rodriguez and Crystal Linan. And representing San Benito Positive Redirection Center, Raymond Martinez and Mia Aguilar. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Garcia. Next, we recognize our board vice president, Angel Mendez. Representing Frank Roberts Elementary, Francisco Avila and Mario Mora. Representing Dr. Cash Elementary, Allison Vega, Rafael Bermudez. And representing Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary, Clarissa Garza and Camila Rodriguez. All right, thank you, Mr. Mendez. All right, last but not least, our board president, Michael A. Vargas. Representing Berta Cavazza Middle School, Sherilyn Mendoza, Priscilla Alcala, and Brandy Trevino. Representing Dr. Garza, Junior STEAM Academy, Sheila Renee Sosa, Ray David Galvan. Representing Gateway to Graduation Academy, Carmen Zaira Coreno and Adam Garza. And representing Rangerville Elementary, Eileen Garcia, Emily Martinez. All right, thank you so much. All right, join me as we give them a big round of applause to this year's school board for the San Benito Consolidated Independent School District. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, Mr. Rosa, and thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. I wanted to give this opportunity for each board member, if they wish, to give a few words. I personally am thankful for this opportunity. Of course, they pay me a lot of money to do this, so I'm very grateful that we're out there every day taking those punches and doing great things. But on a serious note, though, I think if it wasn't for the administration, obviously, we would not be where we are today in terms of their execution on the vision that we have as a school board. And so I'm happy that we have a board that is on the same page, a board that has continuously set themselves in alignment with what the gold standard should be. Because the saying is, we live in a world as it is, but we want to be in a world as it should be. And we're trying to kind of perpetuate that mentality of becoming and living in a world as it should be, and that is the gold standard. So I personally want to thank not only the board for working together and doing great things, but also the community. Obviously, we would not be up here if it wasn't for your votes and for your support and for continuously and making sure that we are held accountable to what we say we're going to do. So thank you very much. I don't know if any other board member would like to chime in before we break for reception.
Yes, I would, Mr. President. First and foremost, I want to thank my fellow board members. It truly is a blessing to sit on a board, to sit with a board of professionals that are focused on student achievement, first and foremost. And second, as we sit up here as elected officials, it's very important that, we thank our parents, because without our parents, our school district wouldn't be successful. So it's very important that we applaud our parents for entrusting us to educate their kids. And, and secondly, I want to thank our teachers, our staff, our administration for doing a great job and turning our district around to becoming the gold standard that we are going to be one day. And as you can tell, this board is not going to settle for nothing less than that. So I want to assure our staff, I want to assure our constituents, and I want to ensure our as well as our parents and our kids, that we'll do everything we can to make sure that we give them the tools to succeed. Thank you all very much.
I also want to thank the parents, the students, the teachers, the staff, everybody that has made it possible for us to be up here. Like Michael said, we are a good board. We do what we have to do. And so I just want to thank everybody for electing us and making us be here. And thank you for your support very, very much.
Hello, I just want to add to this, to the parents. We appreciate everything. Teachers, now I understand the long hours you all stay and work out and see what we do. So I appreciate the teachers nowadays even more than I used to. Administrators also. So thank you, and for giving me a chance to be a part of your group. Thank you.
I would also like to add ditto to everyone here. But thank you so much for being here tonight. It shows us that you appreciate us for what we do and what we stand for. Again, we do it for you, our people, our teachers, our families. We do it for our community. This is what we're here for. We want to thank you, or I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for electing us, for wanting us to serve you, and we will be serving you as best as we can, the only way we can, because it is a challenge. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's hard. It's a challenge. But you know what? We can overcome that challenge, and we can do it. Like Ollie says, we're a good board. We work together, and that's what it's all about. We're working for you. Thank you.
And I also want to thank everybody, each and every one of you, for believing in us, for trusting us, for letting us be your voice, your board members. We're working together, and we want to unite and have everybody, participate, and for the best of our children and our teachers. Y'all work so hard. I know because I was a teacher, and we know what you all go through, and to be there for our students, because they are our future, and we greatly appreciate everything, and the parents for your support. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
And I'll close it off. Thank you all. Again, as my peers mentioned about the appreciation to you all, indeed, if you look back 10 years ago to date, it's something that was unimaginable. But looking at the community and what the community really wants, now it's evident that we are here making sure that there is change with the new bond and the support from the community. We're going to do a lot of wonderful things for our kids and for our staff and personnel. So on behalf of myself and the board, we'd like to thank you all for your support, for your hard work, and your long nights on making everything count for our kids. So we appreciate you, and continue the good work. Thank you.
All right, thanks, everyone. We will break for a 15-minute reception. Not 16 or 17, 15-minute reception. It's 6:59, so we'll break through about 7:15. Okay, we come back from reception at exactly 7:17 p.m., not 7:15. Next agenda item, we will do the superintendent's report, so I will turn it over to Dr. Carmen.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. And actually, we're going to start with some accounting here, some cash account reporting. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Rendon if she would step up.
Good evening, Mr. Board President, board members, Dr. Carmen. First of all, let me start saying thank you for everything y'all do. Very appreciate it. This evening, we have the superintendent's report, which is our financials. This is for the period ending December 31st, 2018. I'm going to start off with the cash account report. Our cash report ending for December 31st, 2018, between our investment and our liquid funds, cash comes in at $50,199,171.47. Going off into this, following with the student activity account, our December ending balance is $449,231.58. And in your packet, you have the owners of those accounts. We did some maintenance, and we did label the description of who the owners of those accounts are. Our comparison of revenues to the budget and expenditures of the approved budget, starting off with the revenue, our year-to-date realized under our general operating fund has $49,290,047.53. We have realized 43.61 of our anticipated revenue under the general operating fund. Under our federal programs, we have drawn down $1,704,490.44. We anticipated revenue of $12,247,659. Under our interest and sinking fund, year-to-date realized is $1,002,193.98, which is 16.54% of our anticipated revenues. Our next one is our expenditures. Following the same lead, general operating fund, year-to-date expenditures is $42,770,671.48. That is 36.34% spent of the appropriation approved of $117,703,877. Under our federal programs, year-to-date expenditure is $2,461,182.49. That's 23.7%. And under our interest and sinking fund, we have spent $1,340,928.13. Overall, between our general fund, federal funds, and our interest and sinking fund, year-to-date expenditure is $49,013,623.47. This period does require for us to give an update on the investment report, which is quarterly. The quarterly report between October the 1st through December the 31st. In our investment, we have earned $220,026.21. You see the First Public, Texas Class, those are the pools that we have investment. We have started with Frost Bank Safekeeping, which are investment with TCG. That was the investment group that had previously presented. There is none, we started on December the 19th, so we're hoping to increase some of that interest at the next quarterly report. Our tax collection report, we've collected $8,655,502.03 from the tax levy of $14,041,849.45. Percent collected is 61.64% of our tax levy. The other number of $839,750.24, that was from last year's tax levy. We just keep it separate. And on the last report is our checks disbursements for December the 2018. And we have a check register under checks, different check, general fund, accounts payable check. We have checks that were written under the student activity checks, payroll checks, liability. Total checks is $11,161,065.45. If I open it, if anyone has any concerns or questions on any checks that were written?
Regarding the tax collection report for the 2018-2019, and I see that we're at 61.64%. Compared to last year, what's the comparison?
Let's see, I don't have that, sir. I can put it, I think in the other report, we were running the total on that. I can get that for you for the next one, or I can send you.
And the reason that I'm inquiring is I know that we're still under a federal freeze, so I just wanted to see what was the impact of that.
I will get that with you.
Okay.
If that has impacted on this month is the month that the taxes are due.
Right.
But last year when we tracked it, it was very compatible to past years. But because of that concern, we will do it.
In addition to that, I know that there's conversations about exempting government employees for an additional grace period. So if anything, let's keep an eye on that.
I will contact the county to see if it is and what we would need to do if we were to extend
Okay.
those.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Thank you, Mr. Rendon.
Just as a side note, the checks have been starting to be printed online, so, as a disclosure.
Can you repeat that?
That we have started printing the disbursements, checks disbursements online,
Okay.
just in case that's something, so transparent, that's another report.
On our board books, or you mean online?
No, sir, online.
Fully online, okay.
Fully online.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next agenda item is public comment, and we have none today. The next agenda item is the consent agenda. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which board approval of consent agenda is had, at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Under Business and Finance, number 1, we request approval of budget amendments for 2018-2019. Consent. Number 2, request approval to add new construction account to First Public. Consent. Number 3, request approval to add a new construction account at Frost Bank. Question. Consent. Number 4, request approval to renew an agreement between San Benito CISD and Linebarger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson LLP for the collection of delinquent ad valorem taxes. Question. Consent. Number 5, request approval to award RFP-1218-CSD Catering Services District-wide. Question. Consent. Number 6, request approval of the District Wellness Program. Question. Consent. Number 7, request approval to accept bid number BV-1218-SD-PLP, sale of district property at La Paloma. Question. Consent. Number 8, request approval to award RFP number 0119-PCWI, property and contents coverage, Windstorm Insurance. Question. Consent. Number 9, request approval to award insight quote for the intercom replacement at San Benito High School. Question. Consent. Number 10, discussion and possible action to award LED lighting project.
Question.
Question by Mr. Lopez. Under administration, number 11, request approval of Miller Jordan Middle School campus improvement plan for the 2018-2019 school year. Question. Consent. Number 12, request approval to purchase Stop It Solutions application for the 2018-2019 school year. Question. Consent. Number 13, request approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Texas State Technical College Migrant Academic Achievement Residential Summer Program. Question. Consent. Number 14, request approval of School of Choice Ed Downs Elementary, Fine Arts Elementary or Fine Arts Academy, and Sullivan Elementary Environmental Science Academy for the 2019-2020 school year. Question. Consent. Number 15, request approval of migrant program to visit Washington, D.C. to experience the United States government in action. Question. Consent. Number 16, consideration and possible action on selection of procurement methods for bond projects.
Question.
Question by Mr. Rosas. Number 17, request approval to renew Flores and Torres contract. Question. Consent. Number 18, request approval of amendment to Project Manager Brighton Group LLC agreement. Question. Consent. Number 19, request approval of District of Innovation resolution. Question. Consent. Number 20, request approval of revisions to the T-test appraisers for the 2018-2019 school year. Question. Consent. Number 21, request approval of board minutes, regular board meeting on December 18th, 2018, and the special board meeting on January 10th, 2019. Question. Consent. Can I please have a motion to approve items under Business and Finance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and under Administration 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21? Moved by Mr. Mendez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Weaver. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. The first question item under Business and Finance, discussion and possible action to award LED lighting project. Mr. Lopez?
Yes, sir, Board President. Dr. Carmen, I know we've been going back and forth with this item. Can you please highlight the reason why E3 and the retrofit is best for our district at this time? Thank you.
Yes, sir, and you have in front of you, each of you has in front of you an analysis completed by Brighton Group. And in it, you'll see a comparison of the cost on the retrofit as it compares to the new fixture options. You'll see a comparison in cost, warranty, turnkey operation, and guarantee for the full retrofit with E3 as it compares with Schneider. There is detailed information on each page. You can identify. Brighton did, I think, a pretty solid comparison. But at this point in time, based on the price, the warranty, the turnkey operation, recommendation is to use E3, except their retrofit for the 18 buildings.
E3?
Yes, sir. And with that, Board President, I want to make a motion to approve E3 for the retrofit.
I have a motion from Mr. Lopez to approve E3 for the retrofit fittings for all 18 campuses. Do I have a second? Second by Mrs. Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Under administration, question item number 16, consideration and possible action on selection of procurement methods for the bond projects. Mr. Rosas?
Yes, Mr. Board President, Dr. Carmen, we had Mr. Palacios present us three methods or four methods, and I believe that CMAR is the best for the San Miguel School District to proceed. So the CM.
Okay.
16.
Is that a motion, Mr. Rosas?
Motion?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion for Mr. Rosas to obtain procurement methods of CMAR for the bond projects. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lopez. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Just to clarify, Ms. Garcia, was that an aye or a nay? Aye, thank you. Motion carries unanimously. All righty, we move on to closed meeting, discussion under the authority of the Texas Government Code 551.071 for the purpose of private consultation with the board's attorney on any subjects or matters authorized by law, 551.074 for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. A, employment, resignations, and retirements. B, discussion and consideration of athletic director contract. And C, discussion and consideration of employment of the Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services. We convene into executive session at 7:32 p.m. Okay, we reconvene to open session at exactly 8:32 p.m. Under employment, resignations, and retirements, Dr. Carmen.
Yes, sir. Mr. Vargas, I would ask that the board approve the employment, resignations, and retirements as discussed in executive session.
So moved. I make a motion to Dr. Carmen's recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Mendez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Second item, discussion and consideration of the athletic director's contract. Dr. Carmen?
Yes, sir. I'd recommend to the board that they consider approving the athletic director's contract, term, and salary as discussed in executive session.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lopez. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Mendez. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Third item, discussion and consideration of the employment of the Assistant Superintendent of Administrative Services. Dr. Carmen?
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. Dr. Cruz, do you mind standing so the board can see who they're getting ready to hire here? I would ask the board to approve the recommendation to hire Dr. Andrea Cruz as our Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services.
So,
It's not passed yet, gentlemen. Hold on. It's not official.
I make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Mendez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Welcome to the team.
Welcome.
Alrighty. Can I please have a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn
The correct motion,
is I move to adjourn.
moved by Mr. Mendez.
Second.
Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Weaver. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? We adjourn at exactly 8:34 p.m.